Hello, Al pals. This is Big Al. Welcome to Big Al Presents. My thoughts on Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the latest MCU film, highly anticipated, is in theaters this weekend. And before I tell you what I thought about it, caution, there are spoilers ahead. So if you don't want to know anything, stop here and come back after you've seen it. Now that's out of the way. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Of course, the big storyline uh, with this film is the loss of Chadwick Boseman, the actor who played T'Challa, the Black Panther, and Marvel had to decide, do we move on or do we recast? They have decided to move on. And I must give Marvel credit. They had a beautiful tribute at the beginning of the film during the montage, uh, introducing the Marvel brand as they usually have that features the other superheroes. This time it just featured Black Panther and Chadwick. It was an excellent and very touching tribute. Well done, Marvel, on that. The opening of the film deals with the death of T'Challa and the loss of the King of Wakanda. Shuri was trying to find a cure by recreating the plant that gives the Black Panther his powers, but she was unable to do so. T'Challa passed away, and Wakanda grieved. And then the main part of the film does a time jump 1 year into the future. Everyone is still dealing with their grief. Shuri, uh, Queen Ramonda, and the rest of Wakanda are being pressured by the rest of the world to kind of give up some of the vibranium, but they do not want to give up the vibranium. And someone has developed a device to locate vibranium, and they find a supply outside of Wakanda on the sea floor, leading to the involvement of Namor the Submariner, or Namor as they call him in this film, and he kind of wants to join forces with Wakanda to take on the surface world. You know, vibranium gives everyone an advantage, but Shuri and the rest of Wakanda, not exactly something they want to do, taking on the rest of the world. So Namor decides to take it out on Wakanda because he also wants. Oh, and by the way, he also wants the scientists who developed the device. So enter Riri Williams, Ironheart, and I'll get to how I feel about that in a little bit. That is the thrust of the film: the conflict between Namor's people and Wakanda. I will say I think that the film is a very strong film. It is a very emotionally packed film. All of the actors have that sense of grief that you know they are tapping on their real life sense of grief and bringing it into their characters, and you can feel it radiating from each character. That sadness is right there on the surface. Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri, gives a very strong performance in the role. Of course, it's no surprise to many people that she does, during the course of this film, become the new Black Panther. Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia, who was T'Challa's significant other. Lupita, a beautiful actress who has a wonderful face that just is perfect to display sadness. Uh, it is something about her eyes. I don't know. She just shows grief very, very well, and just very powerful to look at her during that. Like I said, they introduced Namor, the Submariner, played by Tenoch Huerta. Mejia. I'm not quite sure if I got that right, but I tried. I think he does actually a fairly decent job at portraying the character. I'm not quite sure about the design. I think he's a little overdone, a little too much puffery for me. Uh, in the Mayan Aztec design aesthetic that they went for with him and the people of the kingdom of Talocan, uh, as it is called. And but once he kind of strips off that puffery and goes into battle mode, he does evoke Namor much more. Uh, except for the beard. Namor to me didn't have a beard, or Namor. I don't know. I always said Namor. They call him Namor in here, but that's just my little thing about it. Uh, of course, like I said, everybody in the film does a fine job. Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda, just I mean, she radiates royalty anyway in real life. So you you make her a queen, you immediately look at her and think queen. I mentioned they have introduced Riri Williams, played by Dominique Thorne, and I really can't say much about her performance. Uh, I think her introduction into this film, she was a scientist that developed a way to locate vibranium, was it just seemed convenient. Uh, she's there, she has her armor, and she's there. That's pretty much all I can really say about that. Of course, Marvel film, they know how to do action right. The action is great. The soundtrack, I think, is wonderful for the film. There's some great songs that are used very well in the film. The special effects, like I said, Marvel knows special effects also, and they're fine. I did not like the blue that they made the Namor's people all blue, because I immediately go to Avatar, and I'm like, do we really need another blue race of people? But that was just me. Uh, overall, though, the film is a good film. Wakanda Forever it's a solid entry into the MCU. The story, I think, and the is the weakest aspect of the film. The performances, like I said, are super strong. I think the music is really done in it. I think those are the two biggest highlights of the film. Uh, what for me doesn't work, like I said, I think Riri Williams' introduction is just a bit. It's there to get the character in the MCU. I didn't find any other use why her character was there except to have another armored uh, person in there. I think some of the writing got a little off because of I know it's weird to say this, the tactical decision that Wakanda made when they went after Namor and his people. Uh, when you watch the film, think about this: is it smart to fight someone on their in their own territory and where they are the strongest? I would think no, but obviously someone made the didn't think about that in this film very well. So yeah, I think the story is a little weak, but the emotional aspect of the film very strong. You feel Chadwick Boseman's presence, and in that same way, you feel the Black Panther's presence, T'Challa, I should say, throughout the entire film. Uh, will uh, Shuri be able to carry the weight of being the Black Panther? That to me is still yet to be determined. I think her becoming the Black Panther in this film, one, a very powerful scene with an ancestor as she took uh, the the liquid, and then how she fought and her emotional motivation. I thought she portrayed that fantastic. Whether, of course, she is bankable as Black Panther, that I think is going to yet to be seen. But what do I think of the film? I think it's a solid 3-star film. I think it's a very good Marvel film, one of the better Marvel films. It's definitely not perfect. I think the storyline, eh, it's okay. It's a serviceable story. Uh, the Marvel formula, they deviate a little bit from the Marvel formula, but it's definitely got that DNA in it. And what works really well, and what doesn't work isn't, well, like I said, some tactical decisions. I don't know if that was a story writer thing or they made it just I don't know. And like I said, it's not a super dynamic story, but I think they handled the the uh, the death of T'Challa well, and I think they were very respectful of Chadwick Boseman. So I think it's a definite. I can recommend it to those people who are still interested in the MCU films. I know some have kind of given them up. This is one of the stronger offerings, definitely better than some other ones that I have seen recently. Uh, but that is my thoughts on it. And I hope you did like this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Big Al Presents, I hope you do so. More reviews, rewatches, and rambles in weeks and months to come. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And share it around to those people who may be wondering if Black Panther is worth seeing. I think it's worth seeing. I don't think I wasted my time watching it. I enjoyed quite a few aspects to it. But whatever you do decide to watch, be it Black Panther Wakanda Forever or something else, I just hope you like it. That's why you should watch some things, because you want to like it. So I hope everyone out there has a great time watching whatever they choose. Until next time, take care and goodbye.